In today's session, I thought of discussing about how the suffering and happiness comes together, how these two work together. Um, I'll give you an example for you. If we have a headache, whole day we suffered with a headache, then what happens is in the evening you decided to take a paracetamol, and the paracetamol relieved your headache and you feel good. Um, and the happiness comes, your suffering goes away and you feel happy. And imagine a illness, a long lasting illness, like an eczema or something, um, that you suffered for a long time, months and months, and then you find something to cure this. And then your happiness is much stronger than curing your headache because you have suffered with this illness for a long time. So happiness is also much more stronger. So it you can see the happiness also depend on the level of suffering. If the suffering is shorter, we get a shorter happiness. If the suffering is longer, we get a longer happiness or a stronger happiness. Another occasion, the same illness may make one person suffering and another person happy. For example, we get fever and we are suffering, we are not happy. We call a taxi to go to the pharmacist to buy some medicine. So, our we are suffering with the fever, but the taxi driver is happy because we got the fever, because he get the charge for his ride, for the ride. And then we go to the pharmacist. He is happy because of our fever. He got money by selling the medicine. So the same suffering can make another person happier. Uh, I will give you another example that if we are planning to buy a house, to try to work out a mortgage, and this takes time. You have to apply for a mortgage. Maybe they will reject you for different reasons. Then you have to do your credit building, or you need to find mortgage advisors support. Somehow after a few months, you find a house, in your imaginary house, in the area you wanted to live, the house very much that you was thinking of, and you also get your mortgage approved. Then your happiness is very strong, very good, because you suffered for a long time, lots of suffering, and the happiness becomes stronger as well. And the other thing, another example I can give you is happiness comes in alternate way, happiness and suffering. For example, now you have a tire puncture and you are on the motorway and you are suffering. You are thinking, how can I get this tire repaired? And you call your breakdown service. They tell you that they will come within 1 hour's time. Then you're waiting, and luckily they turn up in half an hour's time instead of an hour's time. So you become happy because that made you happy because you didn't have to wait for an hour. So suffering went away and happiness came. Now the person who checked the tire says to you that, oh, I'm sorry, you may need to replace this tire. For now, I will put you uh, uh, your spare wheel for now, and I will do that for you now, and you will have to go to the tire shop and replace your tire. So you are suffering again, you're sad again, and you go to the tire shop, and what happens there? They will say to you, "Ah, no, don't worry, we can repair this. We will fix this for you." Then again, you become happy because you are worrying you have to pay for a tire, etc. So you are happy again. You can see happiness come in moment to waste, moment to moment. One moment you are suffering, one moment you are um, happy. So um, this is how the suffering and happiness moves within our mind, different ways. Another example I can give, lots of times it's the me and mine thought that causes suffering. Your child goes to a nursery school, and then one of the parents call you to say that one of the children from the nursery school had gone missing. Are you not going to the school? Then your adrenaline levels go high, and you heart palpitation start, and then you start to sweat and you rush to the school, and the teacher says when you get there, "No, no, it's not this school. It's some another nursery school nearby. It happened, not in this nursery." Now you're happy because it's not your child that went missing, another child. So it is the me and mine feeling that caused the suffering and happiness as well. Also, happiness and suffering can come in a comparison way, that you meet one of your friends after a long time, uh, and he or she is not educated as you are, and they don't have much work experience, and they says to you that, "Oh, that company who started nearby recently, is I joined them and they're paying me a very good salary, and £3,000 or something per month, and you're only getting £2,000." And you think, how comes? He's not educated as I am. He's not having any work experience like me, and he's getting a better salary than me. So the comparison course in that occasion is the comparison, that you compare your job with his job, you compare your salary with his salary, you compare your work experience with his work experience, then it is suffering cause and have also. Um, there are three ways, according to Tripitakas, there are three ways that all this happiness comes: dukkha dukkha, viparinama dukkha, and sankara dukkha. The suffering, dukkha, we know the word dukkha, suffering. First one is dukkha dukkha. Suffering arises because of physical reasons or something related to us. For example, getting ill, um, causes us suffering. When we recover, we get that, you feel happy. End of that suffering, you become happy. The other thing is that when viparinama dukkha, you are happy in the beginning and you you suffer at the end of that happiness. For example, you go on a holiday to a nice resort in another beautiful country. And when that holiday ends, you feel um, sad because you think, "Oh, I could have stayed there for a much longer time." So viparinama dukkha comes end of the happiness. So dukkha dukkha happens in the beginning, and at the end of it we get happiness. Or your family member comes to stay with you, and when they are leaving, you become unhappy. That's viparinama dukkha. The third one is sankhara dukkha. Sankhara dukkha is the thought. Sankhara is thoughts. We are working hard, planning, we need to build a house or studying for an exam, you are thinking how you're going to plan this. I need a veranda here, I need 3 rooms here, I need a bathroom. So you're planning within your mind, causing too much stress and suffering. This is called sankhara dukkha. Actually, the suffering helps us to develop our wisdom. For example, those days when there were no vehicles, cars, or anything, we walked from one city to the other. So it is suffering, too much suffering there, because we have to walk from one place to the other, tiring. You have to walk for days. So you're thinking, how can I reduce this suffering? So they decided to use animals, donkeys, horses. So they used them to ride to one place from to the other place. So still then the wisdom, their thinking, their jnana develops because of suffering. And then they thought, no, this is not comfortable. Let's attach a carriage to this horse so it will make more comfortable. And then they developed and created these carts and things. So still they found it's not that comfortable. Then they started creating the engines, the cars. Then even that is not enough because long distance traveling is difficult. They're suffering. They created ships, aeroplanes, all these to come out of the suffering. If you look at everywhere, it is the things have developed because of suffering. Those days we use wood to cook, but then it is you have to cut the wood and all these things. So they invented the cookers, ovens. So to get rid of the suffering, we we developed or created all these modern technology, etc. So we are throughout the day we are patching up this suffering. When we are tired, we go and have a nap or we have a drink if to get rid of this tiredness. Or when we are thirsty, we go and have a drink. Or when we are hungry, get rid of the suffering, we eat something. So it is to come out of this suffering, we do things every day. So it is good to observe these. When you observe these, you can see these, and also to how our wisdom develops as well with these things. So actually, avijja samudaya, vedana samudaya, avijja nirodha, vedana nirodha. So that means ignorance. Avijja means ignorance. Ignorance causes us to get attached to things. So tanha samudaya, vedana samudaya. So it's called Udevaya Jnana, but I'm not going to go to in detail of it now because it's a whole session if we go to talk about it. So it is the ignorant and the attachment and the things, how we do things, Kamma Samudaya, Vedana Samudaya. The way we do things create the suffering. So I think that would be enough for to remember, to contemplate, reflect when you are at home, when you have time, when you sit down, when you have a moment to think. Just try to think, reflect. It is a meditation. Not sitting down and doing Kammatthana chanting, but it is also a vipassana, looking at things in a special way. Passana is looking at things in a general way, and vipassana is looking at things in a special. Vi means special, vipassana. So looking at things when you start looking at things, you will start to see more and more things. You will observe more and more things, and this will help you to develop your wisdom. And even for your day-to-day life, you are able to find solutions. Like those days, people, um, when they can't walk too long, they thought of using animals, then building carriages, and then to cars. And so, same thing. When our wisdom develops, we can do things better. And when we get a problem, and then we think, okay, if I do this way, I can get a better solution than this. So that's how the wisdom develops through meditation. It helps to develop our wisdom as well. So at the end, if you have any questions, you can ask. So let's move on to the meditation now. So today, the first karmasthana I'm going to chant is Kayena Sangvaro Sadhu, Sadhu Vachaya Sangvaro, Manasa Sangvaro Sadhu, Sadhu Sabbhatta Sangvaro. That means disciplining the body is good, restraining the body is good. Good is restraining the speech, restraining the mind is good. Good is restraining the all senses. If we use our body too much, watching TV till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., then your eyes get strained. And when you wake up next morning, you are tired, you can do your work, you don't have a fresh mood. So when you overdo things, it can cause suffering. That's why it says, Kayena Sangvaro Sadhu. So vacha is sangvaro sadhu, the speech, when we do say things without thinking to somebody, swearing, shouting, hurting others with our speech is not good. So restraining the speech is good. And also the mind, when we overthink, it can cause stress. So using senses, all senses, overusing is not good. So this is what it says in this chanting verse. We'll chant it, and we will chant our usual chanting and metta meditation as well, and end the session. Okay, everyone. Find a place where you can sit comfortably, your back, try to keep your back straight. And if you can keep your eyes open, if you can, if you don't get disturbed by keeping your eyes open. Otherwise, you can close your eyes. Avoiding noisy areas is good in the beginning. And when your meditation develops later on, you can keep open, meditate anywhere else, everywhere. And let's take 3 long breaths. Inhale slowly and exhale slowly. Just release the tension. And then let's focus on the air element. There are 5 elements: water, air, fire, earth, and space. So we are only focusing on the air element because it's lighter, and it will help for us to become lighter and calmer. We are not focusing on the breathing, but the light element of the air within our body, how it moves around the body. It's moving. It's becoming lighter. It relieves stress as well. And let's do the chanting, beginning with the first verse. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro, manasa sangvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata sangvaro. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro, manasa sangvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata sangvaro. Restraining the body is good. Good is restraining the speech. Restraining the mind is good. Restraining all senses is good. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro, manasa sangvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata sangvaro. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro, manasa sangvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata sangvaro. Restraining the body is good. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro, manasa sangvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata sangvaro. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro, manasa sangvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata sangvaro. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro, manasa sangvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata sangvaro. Restraining the body is good. Good is restraining the speech. Restraining the mind is good. Restraining all the sense is good. Senses is good. Let's move on to the next verse. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara samato. Everything around us, when everything around us become calmer, when all the thoughts become calmer, we feel peace. When all the attachments release, we feel peace. When the cravings, when the roaming mind becomes calmer, we feel the peace or the blissful mind, enlightened mind. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara samatu, sabbupadi pati nisaggo, tanhakkayo virago nirodho nibbānanti. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara sameto, sabbupadi pati nisaggo, tanhakkayo virago nirodho nibbānanti. When everything around us becomes calmer, we feel peace. When the thoughts become calmer, we feel peace. When the attachments get released, the roaming mind becomes calmer. The attachments release, cravings release. We feel the bliss, the enlightened mind. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara sameto, sabbupadi pati nisaggo, tanhakkayo virago nirodho nibbānanti. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara samato, sabbupadi pati nisaggo, tanhakkayo virago nirodho nibbānanti. Kayena samvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya samvaro, manasa samvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata samvaro. Kayena samvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya samvaro, manasa samvaro Sadhu, sadhu, sabbat, samvaro. Restraining the body is good. Good is restraining the speech. Restraining the mind is good. Restraining all the senses is good. Kayena samvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya samvaro. Manasa samvaro sadhu, sadhu sappata samvaro. Kayena samvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya samvaro. Manasa samvaro sadhu, sadhu sappata samvaro. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara sameto, sabbupadi patinisaggo, tanhakayo virago, nirodho nibbananti. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara sameto, sabbupadi patinisaggo, tanhakayo virago, nirodho nibbananti. Your mind become calmer. Your thoughts become calmer. You start to feel the blissfulness within you. The attachments, cravings start to relate. The peaceful nature starts to develop. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara samato, sabbupadi patinisaggo, tanhakayo virago, nirodho nibbananti. Kayena samvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya samvaro. Manasa samvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata samvaro. Kayena samvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya samvaro. Manasa samvaro sadhu, sadhu sabbata samvaro. When we meditate, our level of concentration develops. We can sit for more longer time. When we do things, when we overdo things with our senses, when we sit to do meditation, these things will come to our mind and disturb because they are in our aura. We are releasing more. Aura particles of these raga, dvesha, moha, attachment, anger, and delusional thoughts. Wanting to see something is delusion. Getting attached to it is raga. Getting angry when you can't watch television for a long time, when we can't enjoy what we want, when it's not happening, we become agitated. This is dvesha. So when we release these particles to our aura, when we sit down to meditate, we attract these. This is why this verse says, restrain the body is good. Restrain the speech is good. Good is restrain the mind, and restraining the senses is good. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara samato, sabbupadi pati nisaggo, tanhakayo virago nirodho nibbananti. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankara samato, sabbupadi pati nisaggo, tanhakayo virago nirodho nibbananti. Let's chant the Aloka Karmasthana to, to bring some light to our mind. Monidu Pudana Magehita Alokai. When you get connected to the enlightened state, your mind also becomes light, become a light. Monidu Pudana Magesit Kata Alokai. That means when you get connected to the enlightened state, your body becomes light as well. Pauno karana mage sita alukai. Pauno karana mage gata alukai. That means when you stop doing sinful acts, your mind becomes light. Your mind get connected to the light. Wisdom, in other words. When you stop doing sinful actions, your mind becomes brighter and light. Get connected with the light or wisdom. Munidu pudane mage hita alokai. Munidu pudane mage gata alokai. පව් නොකරන මගේ සිත ආලෝකයි. පව් නොකරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි. මුනිඳු පුදන මගේ හිත ආලෝකයි. මුනිඳු පුදන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි. පව් නොකරන මගේ හිත ආලෝකයි. පව් නොකරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි. Alokai means the light. Nindu pudane mage hit alokai. Munindu pudane mage gat alokai. Pau nokarane mage hit alokai. පව් නොකරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි. පව් නොකරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි. පව් නොකරන මගේ සිත ආලෝකයි. මුනිඳු පුදන මගේ හිත ආලෝකයි. මුනිඳු පුදන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි. පව් නොකරන මගේ සිත ආලෝකයි. පව් නොකරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි. You start to see the light. Sometimes you start to see the light around you. It becomes brighter and brighter when the samadhi develops in your mind. In the beginning, it won't happen that easily, but with practice, you can develop this light. That is when it completes fully, when your body becomes like a tube light and a bright light around you, that is the fourth jhana. But it takes a long time to develop to that level. But even in the second jhana, like you see some light falling towards your face, little the sign of light. Let's do some metta meditation to spread some loving kindness. There are two types of metta meditation. One is Laukika metta meditation, and the other one is Lokottara. We are focusing on the 8 directions. That's Laukika metta meditation. And the other one is Lokottara. We are focusing on the qualities. We will, in later stages, I will introduce that. For now, let's do our normal metta meditation to spread some loving kindness to the world. Let's focus on the front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings in front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the front. Let's focus on all sentient beings on the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings behind. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the back. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings below. Let's focus on all the sentient beings above. May all sentient beings, including myself, free from the samsaric suffering, free from the disease of samsara, free from the fears of samsara, free from the flames of samsara, free from the burning samsara, free from the samsaric raga, free from the bonds of samsara, free from the ocean of samsara, free from the desert of samsara, free from the darkness of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Let's focus on all the sentient beings in front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings behind. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the back. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings below. Let's focus on all the sentient beings above. May all the sentient beings, including myself, free from the samsaric suffering. May all the sentient beings, free from the disease of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including myself, free from the disease of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including ourselves, free from the fears of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including ourselves, free from the flames of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including ourselves, free from the burning samsara. May all the sentient beings, including ourselves, free from the samsaric suffering. May all the sentient beings, including ourselves, free from the samsaric raga, free from the bonds of samsara, free from the ocean of samsara, free from the desert of samsara, free from the darkness of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Let's focus on all the sentient beings in front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on left, right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings behind. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the back. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings below. Let's focus on all the sentient beings above. May all the sentient beings, including myself, free from the samsaric suffering. May all the sentient beings, including myself, free from the disease of samsara, free from the fears of samsara, free from the flames of samsara, free from the burning samsara, free from the samsaric suffering, free from the samsaric raga, free from the bonds of samsara, free from the ocean of samsara, free from the desert of samsara, free from the darkness of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. If you like, you can open your eyes and you can have 3 long breaths again. Let's send some merits to the world. those who helped us throughout our lives to be who we are today, our parents who helped us when we were infants, when we cannot get food, water, when we are cold, when we couldn't cover ourselves with blankets. It is them who helped us with all these. Our teachers guided us, our relatives, friends, even with the word, guided and helped us to be who we are today. Those who developed this technology, the roads, houses, they all helped us. Those who around us, even the unseen world, the deities, Brahma gods, those that we have harmed with our words and actions, without knowingly or unknowingly. So may all of them be happy with this meritorious deed that we have done through this meditation. May they rejoice with happiness and attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So everyone, that comes to the end of the session. Do you have any questions or anything you would like to ask before we end the session? No? Okay, then let's end the session for today, and we will meet in about a few weeks' time. Teruvan Saranai.
Thank you, Shampika.
Teruvan Saranai.
Teruvan Saranai.
Thank you so much.
Teruvan Saranai.